Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Trailer Skills, and today we have a video spotlight on Daniel. We're going to take him into different areas of the game, that way we can see how he performs. You guys can make up your own mind, but along the way, I'm going to rate him as we progress. Alright, let's see what Daniel can do. Hey guys, it's Future Editing Trailer Skills here. During the editing process, this video got way longer than I expected. So I'm going to add some timestamps down below, that way you can get to the part of the video that you want to see. Alright, let's get back into it. Alright everybody, the first thing we're going to do with Daniel is we're going to bring him to the Story Instance Challenge. Daniel is a god. Today you're going to see why he is the best Eternal Evolution hero for progression. In the top right of your screen you're going to see his abilities, but also pay close attention to how he actually uses his abilities throughout this content. Daniel's strength is his range, area control, and damage from his ultimate, and his summons able to help mitigate damage, but this also causes the enemy's AI to focus on them instead of the rest of the team. That's a huge advantage for the summons to actually absorb all that extra damage and buying time for his team. You can see here Daniel just dropped an ultimate bomb on the team, which leaves them stunned and soaking in a bath of damage. Look at that. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. In Deesa Caves, Daniel can put up a ton of single target damage, which rivals some of the best in the game. Although Emma provides more single target damage on the boss, Daniel provides the ability to focus his ultimate on both the boss and the healing wisp. This allows for control and amazing damage still. I don't know of a better champion that can do this mechanic. As your account progresses, this will become less important. However, at the earlier stages of the game for progression, it is invaluable. Emma isn't built on this account, but if she was, she would absolutely be in my Deesa Caves team.
Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way. Even when I'm feeling down, I fight. Even when I don't know what.
Wow, look at how he just absolutely annihilated the boss in the wisp.
Never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shake me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold.
Although Daniel stands outside the boost circle, his summons do quite a bit of work for him. He still does the most damage out of all my heroes on my account on stage 15. Unlike Taylor and Senway, where you have to use their ultimates and drop it into the boost circle manually, Daniel you can just leave on auto and let him do his thing. This is probably the best place to show off Daniel's abilities. His stun can kill and do damage to spiderlings in the back row with his range, but also he can focus on the main boss and the two adds next to it and do massive amount of AoE damage. Cinsaro Marsh is by far the best place for Daniel in the game.
Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts obsession, I will not stop, no I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason.
Arena is probably the hardest and most difficult content in the game. If you're trying to push yourself up the ranks or trying to fight in the Summit Arena where skill and power come into play, Daniel will be one of the best options for your account. Daniel is top tier in PvP because his stun can be devastating to the opponents. One of the things to consider is Daniel will target the closest champion. Therefore, if a Bailey, Leo, or Creep push into your area where Daniel is standing, he will then start focusing those heroes instead with his ultimate. You also want to focus your front line to push
push into their backline. This will hopefully create a cluster of opponents for Daniel to use his ultimate on them. Another thing to consider is Daniel needs to push forward towards their backline. If you are getting pushed into Daniel, you are more likely going to lose the fight. So in a Daniel versus Daniel fight, if their Daniel starts pushing into your team, that's a bad sign. Most likely you're going to lose the fight. But if your Daniel is starting to push into their team, you're more likely going to win the fight. Daniel can be used on any of the bosses. The first boss provides CC to the spiderlings that spawn and damage the boss at the same time. The second boss's minions can be the primary focus to absorb damage. Finally, the last boss, he can just do as much damage as possible on the ad and the boss. He, in my account, does the most damage, so I always keep him on the final boss. That way it helps progresses the final damage result for the ancient altar. Alright, so here we are in the Ancient Altar. This is the hard difficulty, and I do have my Daniel on the last boss of the Ancient Altar as he provides the most of my damage output, so I want to make sure I do the most damage to that boss.
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Similar to the stage mode, Daniel provides control and massive amount of damage and area effect with his ultimate. This allows your team to progress easily without many heroes dying as you get to the boss stages. At the boss stages, Daniel will be primarily using his ultimate for damage, but also to control any of the ads that may be there as well. Daniel's ultimate's going to land on multiple people, providing a stun and doing massive amount of damage. Look at that, oh my goodness. So as you can see, Daniel's just going to do that over and over and over again with his ultimate, providing that crowd control and massive amount of damage.
It sucks when you finally feel like giving up. Oh God, no luck. Everything feels like you're sticky stuck. I'm lost, handcuffed to the bed where I sleep. Don't give a fuck, can't stop. Unplug, feeling overwhelmed. I think I've had enough. Gotta find a way to get some energy. Gotta find someone who's a good friend of me. I need purpose to make it all worth it. I'm still searching and I'm still learning. I want a life that's filled with memories, not a life with regret and frenemies. I need focus to keep me from hopeless psychosis if I keep moping. I got nightmares.
His best place in Guild Hunt is probably Turbine, but in an account like mine, he's utilized on all fights, and he does the most damage on each one of the bosses still. Here we are facing the Whale, and this is a single target fight, and he is still doing a ton of damage compared to my Taylor. Taylor is supposed to be my specialist at single target damage since Emma is yet to be leveled and ranked up. Once I get Emma evolved, and she gets to Immortal, and I get her to EX30, she'll far outdo what Daniel is doing for single target. But until then, Daniel is still my account progression hero where I'll use it everywhere in the game.
Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be.
Alright everybody, I really hope you enjoyed that spotlight on Daniel today. You could really see where he shines, and in my opinion, it's pretty much every aspect of the game. He may not be the #1 god tier, but he is definitely in the top 5 or 6 people almost in every area of the game. Although you may have some maxed out characters more than Daniel, which pushes them into it, as you can see, Daniel performs extremely well everywhere. And in my opinion, he is the #1 hero in the game. Not one person can play everywhere as well as he can. Alright, if you guys could, please like and subscribe. And if you like this, leave a comment down below. That way I can make more of these videos for you. Have a good one.